Good morning to the world. This is Happy Science Morning Prayer. Be strong and brave. Stay positive and powerful and constructive. Let's begin. Lord Alcantara, Master Yohokawa, thank you very much for giving us another day with new life, for our spiritual growth and creating utopia on earth. With a sincere gratitude, let us recite the true words spoken by Buddha. Prayer to the Lord and prayer to Guardian and Guardian Spirit. The true words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can't live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appear the seven colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These seven colors help each other, and there appears Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the soul, spirit. It means you are the boats sailing down the great river. The great river is the symbol of the course of life. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock. And you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the two words. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to punch in a stream. Then you can change your course. The true words mean the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. I love you. Now, here, listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by, yet still, your mistakes will be kept in your mind. That is a reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are no different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. That dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will shed light to the future to invite the people to Buddha land. Now here I command, there shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirits in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind, and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we bow to do so. Prayer to the Lord. Our Lord El Cantare, you are the source of all light, all power, all wisdom, and all love. May you give us light, give us power, give us wisdom, and give us love. Our Lord, our Father, please protect this planet of love, Earth. Protect us from all evil and open our future for us. O Lord, thank you for giving us light. We give you thanks from the bottom of our hearts. Prayer to guardian and guiding spirits. My guardian and guiding spirits, deep inside of me, you are the fountain of life, the light of hope, the source of wisdom, and a shield of courage. Every day, may you help me develop my soul and refine my mind. Every day, may you give me inspiration and show me the right path to follow. Please protect me from all evil and guide me in living a better life. For this, I give my thanks. So now, let us take a moment to dedicate our sincere gratitude to Lord El Cantare. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining today. So today I'd like to talk about memorial service for ancestors. Well, I mentioned it in the title. It's the lid of the hell pot opens. Everyone think, oh, what does it mean? In old tradition in Japan, those 3 days in mid of August we call obon. This is a time for giving the special prayer and memorial service to our ancestors in Japan. So in old tradition, we said those time 3 days and hell door of the hell open for every soul and to return to this world to meet or to talk to descendants actually. But well, some of them can, but most of them cannot understand. They are coming back, stay with us those 3 days. But actually, this is truth. So maybe when I was in Philippines before, in Philippines they have a same kind of this kind of days at like maybe 30th October, cold and whole Saint days, and next days and November 1st is All Souls days, I guess. And also India, they have also same kind of ceremony and the celebration for ancestors. It's I think from mid of September until the end of September, something like that. So all over the world, we know we have this kind of days for giving you a gratitude or thought or remember about your ancestors. Even the country, they said, oh, we don't believe God, we don't believe in another world, heaven and hell. But even though there's some kind of, these kind of days, actually. That means everyone knows we are not physical body itself. We are soul itself. There's a place we should be back to after we died. Yeah, this is the truth. So today, I would like to share with you about how we can pray for them, and also what should we do, and how it works, our prayer to the ancestors. From Master's book, this Understanding Memorial Service for Ancestors. Okay, let's check it. So we, Happy Science, have many prayers, actually. There's a prayer book 1, prayer book 2. Inside there, there's a prayer for success, prayer for exercising able spirit, prayer for marriage. But especially those 3 days in Obon, we do Buddha's teaching, Sutra for our ancestors, and Buddha's teaching, Sutra for departed children, and so on, actually. So based on this, I will talk about that. So I said, we are solid self. I said, not I said, and God said, we are solid self. And have you ever thought where we go, where we return to after you died? Maybe some of them think, oh, I can come back. I can return to the heaven. I don't want to think about going down, fell to the hell. Of course, everyone. But we should accept, first of all, and there's two kind of souls. Those who can return to heaven and cannot return to heaven, means fortunately have to fell to hell. Let's check and follow the Master's book. First of all, talking about and checking about those souls who can return to heaven. Okay. Master said like this: if people are sent to heaven, it means that they have successfully completed their discipline and graduated from this world. This is actually something to celebrate. Master said like this. So if you think, well, I'm in a blight and world, maybe there's heaven. So we are solstices, and as Master told, so means this world we call third dimension is kind of a training ground for a soul. So we're actually living in the another world, in the heaven. From heavenly world, we came down to this world for your soul training, for my soul training also, of course, because God expects us to progress close to the God. So, and we are doing this reincarnation. Okay. So if we could finish and successfully and this life and training in this world, of course you can return to heaven. Okay. So it said, and it is important that we properly give thanks to them once or twice a year. Means how we and descendants and pray to them. For those who return to heaven. Okay. So it may not be necessary to do it every day, but offering proper gratitude once or twice a year will make the ancestors in heaven happy and delighted. Okay. So unnecessary to play or remember and about ancestors all the time, every day, but at least remember and think about that and give a gratitude to your ancestors and once or twice a year, because of them we could realize means born this world for your soul training. And so give a gratitude to the ancestors. And from the point of ancestors, if we pray for them, if we give a memory service to them and ancestors, from the point of view of soul in heaven, what they are thinking about is, must also mention it, your descendants love you so much. You must have lived a various life. Ancestors will be happy hearing such compliments. Okay, Master says. So, and also, this is also said, Master, having descendants willingly hold service means that those who pass away had some kind of virtue. So ones who have returned to heaven require no salvation from the people on earth. All we need to do is to pray for their well-being in heaven and pray that they guide us from time to time. Master, taught us this. So, unnecessary to pray every day to the soul in heaven, but give your gratitude all the time, and also pray for their well-being in heaven, and ask them to guide us all the time. This is also good, and pray for ancestors in heaven. But we should also think about souls who fell to hell. Let's say we have to check it. What kind of person, what kind of characters and who had it in the person, and there's a chance to fall to hell. Okay, let's check it. In case of the people who fell to hell, they are in a tough situation. Yes, we can imagine. Even if you said, I've never experienced about living in hell before, nobody knows actually. But even though, you can imagine how tough it is. Okay, let's check it. Heaven is a place of bright light and warmth. So if they are in darkness and feel cold, they are in hell. There is a hot realm like the burning hell, but at any rate, hell is an uncomfortable place. Yes, I can imagine. Well, maybe, and we are solstices, as I told you, and also we do reincarnate many, 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 many times. So we have past life, past life also. At least I cannot imagine where I was. Maybe, of course, and soul cannot come down this world for your soul training, and from hell have to be heaven. But maybe in the past life, I had wrong things and need to, and self-reflection at the hell. And after self-reflection, I returned to heaven and came down to, and this world, maybe. So I don't really, see and how tough is and hell, but I can imagine, right? So if you feel cold or darkness, you feel something. So, and what can we leave, also and get out from hell? Master mentioned this. It's painful for people to find out that they are in hell, but to know this fact is the very first step to living there. There's no chance for salvation to those who believe they are in heaven or in the earthly world. Okay? So what does it mean is, those who doesn't understand or doesn't accept or doing denying and about knowing the truth, Buddha's truth, or there is and heaven and hell or whatever. Those persons, how they can understand after they falling down to the hell, and if there's angels come close to you, you are in a hell, so you have to reflect yourself what you have done in your life or something. How they can understand the angel, the gods, if they don't believe it, they are living this world. So first of all, you must accept if you were in, darkness or a cold place or some kind of special tough situation, you must understand you are in hell. So that means you have something done wrong, which you have to reflect. This is very, very important. Actually, this, talking today, I don't talk to you and me, and only, human beings. I'm talking to, also, and souls, those come back from hell or heaven. Those 3 days in Japan is, only then I can, we can talk, we can, preach to those souls also. But anyway, so, and why do we need to, of course I explained what, but, Master said like this. It is crucial that people know and understand Buddha's truth while they are alive. That is the reason behind our missionary work. We are the one convey this truth. We need it to. If they know and understand that the other world exists and that there are heaven and hell while they are alive, they will quickly come to understand the mistakes of the way they lived their life in case they've fallen to hell. That when they begin to reflect on themselves without knowing the truth, they would not have any idea about what to do. They could stay in this world and possess living people. They could possess our descendants, our friends, or an unrelated passerby. Oh my God, you have a chance to be a ghost if you don't really understand about real truth. Because you cannot accept you are in hell. Maybe you can also cannot understand you died, you're still in a surrounding this world. There's many kinds of this kind of souls, actually. And one of the things and needed for and for living from the hell, the souls is the essence. The physical body is just a vehicle. This is we really need to know about, accept about that. Okay. So important things. Again, I told you, we should understand or accept, or there's no question about there is another world, and we call heaven and hell, and also the soul itself. Soul is the essential. So physical body is not ourself. This is a truth. We should accept it. Okay. So, and next, I'd like to share with you about what kind of person who will going down to hell, and the virtue of people who fall to hell. Okay. There's a 3 points. One, people who refuse to live in harmony with others. Okay. If you cannot harmonize with others, let's check it. You have a chance to falling down the hell. Okay. You have to think about it. And second, people who live against the truth. Against the truth means knowing or accepting about real truth and Buddha's truth. There's a heaven and a hell, also another world we have, and we are soul itself. God exists. Okay. And third, people who are always in distress. So people always thinking about always negative. Actually, of course, there's some of the reason you have feeling negative feeling. I thought because in this world there are many kind of sufferings, difficulties you to encounter. But if you are a person always thinking about negatively, you are the one create darkness. Okay, you should try to change your mind, or you try to be positive with God's truth. Otherwise, you are creating cloud or darkness, and you're influence to others also. So this kind of person have to be careful about, and then try to check your mind. Otherwise, there's a chance to falling down the hell after you died. Okay. So this world is the world for, and we need to do soul training. So menace, and this world is a temporary world. Only we can live this world in let's say 60s, 70s, 80s, or 100 years as human beings with this physical body. That everyone have to remove this physical body. Master said, actually, Buddha said this, the 4 basic forms of suffering: birth, aging, illness, and death. These 4 basic forms of suffering is nobody can escape. Everyone will be encountered these 4 and the forms of sufferings. Even you have a lot of money, you're very rich, you have a status, you're very beautiful, whatever, you cannot buy it for changing these 4 and the forms of sufferings. Everyone have to encounter, because you will come down this world for your soul training. In the very an uncomfortable, inconvenient world we are living as a human being, seems like, but soul with this physical body, like clothes, Then we have to swim, or and go for this and difficult world. And once you met some of the difficulty or sufferings, you have to overcome with real truth, God's truth. If you use your way of thinking only, or use some of the materialistic things or something, you cannot overcome. You should remember, we come down from heavenly world for your soul training to this world. we have God's nature here, we can accept and understand God's word if you really want to. This is a condition. You should remember, you should, and understand about God's words. Okay? And also, one more thing I want to tell you, about. Master said, letting go of your attachments to this world. Once you died. Master said like this, letting go of your attachment is another important factor at the time of passing away. When people with worldly attachments die, they might remain in this world as earthbound spirits or stay beside their spouse and descendants, such are the so-called lost spirits. Okay. And also must also said like this, the destiny of soul training in this world is about 10 times greater than it is in the other world. So 10 years in this world is equivalent to 100 years in the other world. Wow. If you did something wrong here in this world, once you died and in hell, it's going to be 10 times more. That means it's going to be 100 times, right? For instance, when people who lived their life with evil thoughts and deeds for 30 years, from 30 to 60 years old, let's say, pass away, they are to spend 300 years in hell, wow, which is equivalent to 10 times those 30 years. However, if they were to mend their way while they are still alive and live right and well for the last 10 years, that will lessen their years of bad life to 20 years, which may shorten their years in hell to 200 years. Okay, there's some salvation. That's the reason why it's important to get rid of bad thoughts such as listament as soon as possible. That's the reason why we, members of Happy Science, convey this truth to everyone, because we don't want to, and we want nobody suffered in hell such a long time. I don't want to. Of course, God is the one doesn't want to. So let me summarize what we learned about today. And it is crucial to know Buddha's truth, and also such as how reincarnation works, and the existence of heaven and hell in the other world. So today, and I want to share with how we conduct memory service for ancestors. So we need to know about from our side and descendants. So Master always told us, and like this. It's important for families and descendants left behind to awaken to Buddha's truth, practice it every day, and accumulate virtue. If you know, and once you know, I think, and Buddha's truth, and practice about that, you can get a virtue. And goes like this. To have such descendants is a huge blessing for the ancestors. Light will start shining through the bereaved families and their descendants if they awaken to Buddha's truth, conduct various deeds by properly taking on their daily discipline, and relieve people from their difficult, so their missionary work. Okay. So once you know and the Buddha's truth, and discipline yourself and convey this truth to the others, that you can get a virtue, and this light of the virtue goes to your and the ancestors also. So one more important thing Master said. If you think, well, including me, if you think, oh, I'm done wrong things, and let's say I'm, the person, let's say 90 years old, and almost he think, oh, I'm gonna be died, or my life is almost end, and then he, encounters this truth, then he thought, this is example, he thought, oh, I haven't done nothing to right things, and I mean, I've done wrong things, many in my life. So how I can return to heaven? I will down to hell. But Master said like this, don't be sad, okay? How to live the last 10 years of your life, okay? Last 10 years of your life is too important. Of course, not only 10 years, but also all of life have to be, and good. But even though you think you have wrong things most of the time, but still there's a chance. Okay, let's check it. People who hang on a lot of attachment on this world during the last 10 years of their lives are very likely to become low spirits. Wow. Remaining in this world as earthbound spirits rather than falling to hell. Returning strong attachments to, for instance, your house, land, fortune, business, or descendants will make it difficult for you to return to heaven. You need to make an effort to reduce your attachments every year. So there's still chance if you think you have many attachments to your business or families and fortune or money. Please be honest and also reflect yourself and try to reduce those kind of attachment. So those kind of attachment, if you have a lot, there's many chance to falling down to hell. So not necessary to carry on those attachments once you going back to another world. You cannot use and those kind of status, money, business, and fortune, whatever, nothing. You can only bring back to heaven with your only soul. Maybe I can say, no, I can say God said, only faith you can bring back to another world. And the mind of you, dealing you, and accumulate something in this world, you already decided that place to go by yourself, not from other person. Okay? So you can only bring back to another world only your soul, because your soul itself. Nobody, no body, no business, no money, no woman and man, nothing. Only soul and pure faith and God Alcantara. Okay? So once we pray, and as I know, descendants, once we have a memorial service for ancestors, and as I told you in the beginning of this, talking, please and I give you a gratitude, and your ancestors, and use a proper prayer, like we have Happy Science, Buddha's teaching sutra for ancestors, and so on. This is too much powerful to give them a light, a virtue to and soul. Okay? And we in on the temple of happy science. So those who really wants to know or take a special ritual prayer for the ancestors, please contact your nearest happy science temple. Or if you don't know the nearest happy science temple, call us or message us with this Facebook. We can answer and help you and help your ancestors. Okay. Okay. So this concludes our morning prayer. Be strong and brave, and stay positive and powerful and constructive. Have a nice day ahead.